I'm Darrell Glenn, candidate for mayor of Colorado Springs. Just want to give you a quick update on week 3 of our Get Out the Vote effort. I'm still here in the southern portion of our city along South Academy. If you happen to look over my shoulder, talking about a blast from the past, when I was in high school, we all used to hang out here in this place we called Homer's Odyssey. So any of my high school friends, hit me up if you happen to remember that. This week, affordable housing has been in the news. I spent a lot of time walking around, and I actually met a couple people that were collecting signatures to have an initiative placed on the ballot to bring a solution, out-of-state solution, to Colorado to address affordable housing. That on top of the fact that earlier in the week, we had a group of people that were up there at the Capitol protesting, wanting to lobby to be able to have the state actually overturn a law that prevents local control over rent control. I think that that's kind of ironic, because this is the one time when I am a huge proponent of local control. But even a blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while. You're talking about, that's actually a state policy that I support. But when we start talking about rent control, I want to be very clear where I stand on that. For me, if I'm elected mayor, that's dead on arrival. I think that it's absolutely some of the worst policy decisions that could be made when you are trying to implement a rent control philosophy within your community. So let's think about this logically. I always question whether or not a lot of politicians have ever even taken an economics class and understand supply and demand. But what do you think happens when you cap rent? And it comes time when the people that are living there, something happens with the property needs repair. What happens when you happen to live in a community and your state or local community, they enact new policies that require you to essentially retrofit your unit? You have a lot of green energy policies that are being pushed on us with a deadline to be implemented by 2023. So when you think about the fact that if you've capped rent, but yet the property owner is now going to be responsible for fixing the unit, but also incorporating a lot of the changes that are coming down to retrofit the unit to comply with the green energy policy, do you think that property owner is going to continue to be incentivized to maintain that unit? What's actually happening is the property owner will probably make the decision of, you know what, I'm either going to allow this property to fall into a state of disrepair, and if there are enough of those around, guess what? You're creating a blighted condition that allows somebody else to come in and basically buy up all the property and claim that, hey, we need to create an urban renewal zone. And what that does is it exacerbates gentrification. So here you are in a situation where we're saying that we're concerned about affordable housing, but we're capping revenue to be able to help defray the cost of a lot of the policies that are being implemented here at the state level. And we're basically saying, too bad, we want to be able to cap the cost of the rent. That doesn't make any sense. And if the person doesn't want to maintain the unit, then they end up selling it. And what you're seeing around the country, you're seeing a lot of big corporations buying up a lot of personal property. And I don't know about you, I feel very uncomfortable about that. So it's time for us to wake up. Sometimes I feel like I'm being punked. I'm waiting around for Ashton Kutcher to come out with some of these proposals that supposedly are in the best interest of low-income Americans, but this is actually being balanced on their back. It's just as offensive as saying, look, I can't afford to fill up my tank, but go out and just go ahead and buy an electric car. That should make it a little bit easier. Come on, we need to wake up. We need to do a better job. And I just want to reassure you that if I'm elected mayor, there is absolutely no way I will support rent control here at the local level. If you want that, I'm not your guy. I am absolutely going to fight against that, and I'm going to be up there lobbying against any proposal to try to implement that type of solution. So continue to follow the journey. Continue to follow the journey at Darrell Glenn for Colorado. That's Darrell Glenn, the number 4, Colorado. Let's win this.